Unit 3, Lesson 4 Test. Which of the following describes a compound? A. A substance that contains one type of atom. B. Two or more elements that are evenly mixed together. C. Two or more elements chemically joined together. D. A common method for separating a mixture. Number 2. Reactant A and reactant B undergo a chemical reaction to form C. What type of substance is product C? Hint, step 1, look at the reactant A. Step 2, look at the reactant B. Step 3, compare reactants A and B to product C. A, an atom. B, a mixture. C, an element. D, a compound. Number 3, which of these common substances is a homogeneous mixture? A, table salt. B, pure water. C, muddy water. D, hot tea. Number 4, what type of substance is always made up of a single type of atom? A, mixture. B, element. C, molecule. D, compound. Number 5, what type of substance is always made up of two or more different types of elements joined by chemical bonds? A, mixture. B, element. C, molecule. D, compound. Number 6, which of these substances is a compound? A, oxygen. B, helium. C, water. D, hydrogen. Number 7, which of these substances is an example of a solution? A, milk. B, salt water. C, mercury. D, concrete. Number 8, the 4 items below were part of a dinner. Each item is a mixture. Which of these mixtures is a suspension? A, picture A. B, picture B. C, picture C. D, picture D. Number 9, David found that water can be created in a lab by burning hydrogen gas in air. He concluded that water is not a compound because only hydrogen was used to form the water. What is wrong with David's conclusion? Hint, step 1, recall the elements that make up water. Step 2, compare those elements to the one that David burned. A compound does contain only one type of element. B, hydrogen is made up of 2 different types of atoms. C, water was not the product formed when he burned hydrogen. D, the hydrogen combined with oxygen from the air to form water. Number 10, the picture below shows a magnet near a pile of particles of iron and sulfur. The magnet attracts iron, separating it from the mixture. Based on the picture, which statement is true? A, the parts of a mixture keep their own properties. B, the elements in a compound keep their own properties. C, the properties of a mixture are different from the properties of its parts. D, the properties of a compound are different from the properties of its elements. Number 11, you are shining a light through liquids A and B, which are both mixtures. You can see the light pass through A, but B looks cloudy and you see tiny particles floating in it. Which of these statements best describes the liquids? A, both liquids are solutions. B, both liquids are suspensions. C, A is a solution and B is a suspension. D, A is a suspension and B is a solution. Number 12, sucrose is another name for table sugar. Sucrose is a compound made from the elements carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Which statement best describes the properties of sucrose? A, they are exactly like the properties of carbon. B, they are exactly like the properties of oxygen. C, they are exactly like the properties of hydrogen. D, they are different from the properties of the elements in sucrose. Number 13, which of the following is a way in which elements and compounds are similar? A, elements and compounds are both pure substances. B, elements and compounds are both listed on the periodic table. C, elements and compounds are both made up of different kinds of atoms. D, elements and compounds can both be broken down by physical changes. Number 14. Which of the following is a way in which elements and compounds are different? A. Elements are pure substances, but compounds are not. B. Compounds can be broken down by physical changes, but elements cannot. C. Elements are made of identical atoms, whereas compounds are made of identical molecules. D. A compound contains many different kinds of elements, whereas an element contains many different kinds of atoms. Number 15. A water molecule is made up of one oxygen and two hydrogen atoms. Why is water considered a pure substance? A. Water can be broken down by physical means. B. Water can be combined with other substances by physical means. C. Each water molecule is identical. D. Water molecules are made up of different types of atoms. Number 16. Gina is preparing a poster to show examples of different types of mixtures. Which of the following sets of examples is correct? A. Heterogeneous colloid, gelatin dessert with fruit chunks. Homogeneous solution, salt water. B. Heterogeneous solution, salt water. Homogeneous solution, copper. C. Heterogeneous colloid, fog. Homogeneous suspension, oil and vinegar salad dressing. D. Homogeneous solution, colored water. Homogeneous suspension, sandy water. Number 17. The table below lists some physical means for separating mixtures. Method magnetizing. Examples of use: separating magnetic solids from non-magnetic substances. Method sifting. Example of use: separating substances of different sizes. Method decanting. Example of use: separating liquids of different densities. Method boiling. Example of use: separating water-based solutions. Which method is most likely used for separating mixtures of soil and gold during gold mining activities? A. Magnetizing. B. Sifting. C. Decanting. D. Boiling. 18. Trini adds 10 grams of baking soda to 100 grams of vinegar. The mixture begins to bubble. When the bubbling stops, Trini finds the mass of the resulting mixture. She determines its mass to be 105 grams. Why has the mass changed? Hint. Step 1. Find the sum of the masses of the baking soda and the vinegar. Step 2. Compare that sum to the mass of the mixture. Step 3. Determine the cause of the difference. A. A gas has formed and left the mixture. B. Vinegar evaporated during the experiment. C. Mixtures are always less massive than their parts. D. Mass was destroyed when vinegar reacted with the baking soda. Number 19. When paper is burned, the mass of the remaining ash is less than the mass of the original paper. Which statement best explains this result? A. The ash has less volume than the paper. B. Some of the matter is destroyed during the reaction. C. The mass of the ash cannot be accurately determined. D. Some of the products of the reaction are given off as a gas. Number 20. In the laboratory, Austin is given a mixture of iron filings, sand, and salt. To separate the mixture, Austin uses a magnet, boiling water, and a filter. Which statement is true about the process Austin uses to separate this mixture? A. He uses only physical changes to separate the mixture's components. B. He uses only chemical changes to separate the mixture's components. C. He uses both physical and chemical changes to separate the mixture's components. D. He uses neither physical nor chemical changes to separate the mixture's components.